Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you a mix breakdown in FL Studio 20. Without further ado, let's play a bit of this track. The track is called On The Pitch by an artist called Haych. You can check out the music video card above, link in the description too. Let's play.
STG shit, you know. Haych. Slap that
Yo,
bitch.
Cole, is that you in the mix?
Yeah.
13 plus 2 in the red, that's 15. Mention the team has left. 15 subtract 17, that's minus 2 of your fucking guess. I'm and do the maths. Even Q knows I'm right. Even knows I'm right after he dash off money went like cash. STG, we slap that gauge, cut root off and you know what gone. I just swing my arm, left S in the back of a new plate car. My bro's telling me.
Okay, so that's all I'm going to play for now. If you're wondering, I recorded this track in Logic Pro 10, then I exported the stems and the multi-track, and I mixed it in FL Studio 20. The reason for that is because I really like the process of recording in Logic Pro. I use my Mac for that. But when it comes to mixing, when it comes to like fine-tuning everything, I like the use and I like the whole FL Studio vibe, if that makes sense. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to show you a bit of the mixer. Well, not show you a bit, I'm going to show you the mixer to show you how everything is routed here. Okay, let's kind of make this a bit bigger for you guys to see. Okie dokie, so the beat is routed into the own beat bus, of course. Vocal bus, lead vocals, vocal dubs, ad-libs, all routed into the vocal bus. Then after, see from here's track 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, those are all effects. Okay, so if you actually try and make everything simple to understand, it's just the lead vocal, the vocal dubs, and the ad-libs. Okay, I'm gonna play the track, this whole track with no effects right now. Okay, so you can actually see how it sounds like. Okay, you heard how it sounds like with the effects. Now without any effects, this is just the raw stems or the raw vocals.
13 plus 2 in the red, that's 15. Mention the team has left. 15 subtract 17, that's minus 2 of your fucking guess. I'm and do the maths. Even Q knows I'm right.
Okay, so also if you're probably hearing, you can hear the effects embedded into the vocal itself. It's because some of these effects, like the vocal manipulation or some beat stutters and whatnot, I actually did all of those in Logic Pro 10. So if you actually look at it here, for example, the deep voice, if I just solo that bit there, listen to this. Okay, so let me actually play that and see. Yeah, so I made the deep voice in Logic Pro. So if I disable this bit here and just all these effects, and take out the reverb as well. So I pitched it down in Logic Pro. That way, when I actually bring it into FL Studio 20, it makes my life easier. So that's one thing that I'll recommend if you're using cross-platform DAWs to kind of do your mix and recording process. It's kind of a nice thing to do sometimes because it in a sense, it makes your life easier, and it's just a nice thing to do if you're using cross-platform DAWs, if that makes sense. Okay, so on this deep voice here, you kind of hear that I did some compression and pancake. In fact, you know what, before I actually go into that, let's start off with the lead vocal, okay, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so I'm going to mute the master bus for now. Actually, I will leave it on, but let me show you what's on the master bus. Just work from this way up until this way. Okay, I think that'll be easier. So on the master bus,
I just swing my arm, left S in the back of a new plate.
Okay, so SSL comp as the first one.
I just swing my arm, left S in the back of a new plate car. My bro's telling me stop being rude, and I'm telling them that I can't. When I hop on a beat.
Then the O's and 9 elements. Okay, these are the main top things I use, especially when on my mastering chain. I tend not to use any other thing. It does the job, and I believe you kind of hear that it does the job too. Simple. Of course, I use the elements version, not the advanced version, but you can use any other limiter, maximizer, and bus compressor and whatnot. And this is the EQ work it's done here. I think I just press master assistant and then it done its job. Then I probably adjusted a bit the ceiling and the threshold. Okay, that's that there. Okay, I'm gonna leave that on there so it's loud enough so that you guys can actually hear what's going on. On the beat, I added nothing. On the vocal bus, this is where the majority of the effects are occurring. So the first one I added was the arc compressor. This is some of the top plugins I tend to love to use. Arc compressor. So if we play all the effects without just the arc with the, actually, let's play no vocal but no vocal effects enabled on the vocal bus for now.
My piece comes out, that's venom, oh lord, oh man.
And this is just with the lead vocals, these effects enabled. Okay, so arc compressor to give it that nice thumpy sound. Let's play it.
I just swing my arm, left S in the back of a new plate car. My bro's telling me stop being rude, and I'm telling them that I can't. When I hop on a beat, my piece comes out, that's venom, oh lord.
It makes it louder, because of course the gain is kind of high up. It makes it louder and more thumpier, if that makes sense. More beefy. C4 multi-band processor or compressor, what you want to call it. This here, because the artist's voice, you kind of hear that the artist's voice in certain frequency areas, it kind of needs to be processed. So it made sense for me to be adding this.
I just swing my arm, left S in the back of a new plate car. My bro's telling me stop being rude, and I'm telling them that I can't.
Okay, added Fab Filter Pro Q. So right now I'm just showing you an overview, so I'll be kind of going quickly. Then I'm gonna try and at least go in depth with each specific thing I added, especially on the lead vocal, vocal dubs, and ad-libs. Okay.
When I hop on a beat, my beats comes out, that's venom. Oh lord, oh lord, oh my, oh god.
This is more like a surgical type of EQ, kind of rolling off a lot of the frequencies there, tightening it up. DSR. Here.
Oh why? When you're telling me your life is shit and I say gladly.
Okay, then I added CLA 76, then I added limiter. Okay, so let me show you the lead vocals. Okay, so without all of that stuff, let's just focus on the lead vocals to begin with. Okay, the lead vocal, I solo it actually, and take out the vocal bus and the lead vocal for now, and then I'll show you each effect. Let's press this and disable this quickly.
Oh crash, GG's a fuck.
Take out the reverb as well. So the lead vocal sounds like this.
I just swing my arm, left S in the back of a new plate car. My bro's telling me stop being rude, and I'm telling him that I can't.
Okay, so the first thing I added, I wanted is EQ, because it doesn't sound like it needs to be compressed so too tough. You can tell the artist's voice, he has a texture and a sound, which certain frequencies, of course, with everybody's voice, certain frequencies just need to be attenuated. Okay, so in this instance, I decided, okay, just listening to this, you can hear.
I just swing my arm, left S in the back of a new plate car.
You can tell that there's a lot of, in the sense, much more low end in there. So what I wanted to do is this kind of, as the first EQ, the reason why I wanted to add this dynamic EQ is to kind of just certain frequencies to kind of, just mainly low end, in my opinion, and just kind of this range here, just to kind of did that, then compress it. Then after, of course, on the vocal bus, that's when I added multiple, the main proper EQ that I was going to use to affect the whole vocals. Okay, so this is the EQ I added here. And this is what I tend to use, and I tend to recommend, at least if you're going to be EQing first, the first EQ you should add on the vocal, on the lead vocal, just to kind of make things smooth, if that makes sense. Just to roll it out, just a clear cut EQ.
I just swing my arm, left S in the back of a new plate car. My bro's telling me stop being rude, and I'm telling him that I can't. Cause when I hop on a beat, my beats comes out, that's venom. Oh lord, oh lord, oh my.
So it's kind of dynamically changing based on what frequencies and at what levels each one is at, if that makes sense. Okay, so mainly I just kind of rolled off the low end, and just this bit here I kind of boosted it a little bit. Okay, but the main thing I did here was cut. Okay, I cut, and then after I added this filter compressor, it just compressed it. So without the compressor, then I played with the compressor. Without,
I just swing my arm, left S in the back of a new plate car.
Then with the compressor,
I just swing my arm, left S in the back of a new plate car. My bro's telling me stop being
subtle, very subtle. Okay. Vocal dubs now. Vocal dubs, first thing I added was Ozone Imager 2. So if we solo that. Okay, let's solo that without the compressor. Let's just play it. Yeah, let's solo it without the compressor. Let's play it from one here.
telling him that I can't. Cause when I hop on a
Take out the reverb. Let's play it now.
telling him that I can't. Cause when I hop on a beat, my beats comes out, that's venom. Oh lord.
Then add the compressor.
Oh good. Oh where? When you're telling me your life is shit and I said gladly, oh Chris. He slaps his arm and snorts up lens.
So that combined with the lead vocals,
Telling him that I can't. Cause when I hop on a beat, my beats comes out, that's venom. Oh lord. Oh lord. Oh my. Oh god. Oh where? When you're telling me your life is shit and I said gladly, oh Chris.
the reason why I like to add the Ozone Imager 2 all the time, it gives it that spread out effect, and it's not like it's just the lead vocal clashing with the vocal dubs, if that makes sense. Okay, and then I've reduced that volume quite significantly, then added ad-libs. On ad-libs, of course, check out the card above for the ad-libs preset pack. Both you can check out, you can search my channel for the Logic Pro one as well, or just FL Studio version. But anyway, essentially ad-libs, just went for something like this. Let's play the ad-libs.
Telling him that I can't. When I hop on a beat, my beats comes out, that's venom. Oh lord. Oh lord. Oh my. Oh god. Oh where? When you're telling me your life is shit.
That's the first EQ I added. Of course, I always go for this type of EQ. I like it. I don't like the ad-libs being too clear, but of course not too EQ'd in the sense that you can't hear anything. This is the compressor added on ad-libs. Let's play it from the beginning.
STG shit, you know.
Then delay
Bitch.
and pancake 2.
Slap that cage. Gang shit. Yeah.
13 plus 2 in a
Okay, you're probably wondering what is that effect. But anyway, let me quickly just conclude with this ad-lib. So the ad-libs here, Of course, simple ad-libs I always add. I prefer adding the delay on the ad-libs itself. Not so much creating a delay send for ad-libs. I just find it easier. But for the whole vocals itself, I created a reverb bus here. Okay, that's that there. Now, if we go to the other effects here, we can see the deep voice effect here. I kind of explained that already, but on the deep voice, I did the filter compressor. I just compressed it a bit so that way it sounds gelled within. So if you play a section with the deep voice effect with the lead vocal dubs and ad-libs.
I just swing my arm, left S in the back of a new plate car. My bro's telling me stop being rude and I'm telling him that I can't. When I hop on a beat, my piece comes out, that's venom, oh lord, oh lord. Oh, when Yardy blinds, JJ's a fucking cat, he slaps his arm and slows up lines.
Yeah, okay, so I did most of that in Logic Pro. If you guys want me to show you how I recorded it in Logic Pro, like the step-by-step guide in a sense, how this specific track was recorded in Logic Pro, leave a like, comment, and a subscribe. Comment down below as well, okay? The next thing I added, this thing, because I remember I said I'm going from here to there, so from starting from 1 to all the way to 12. Okay, so this is my mix tag. I added my mix tag here, and this is how it sounds like.
Yo, Cole, is that you in the mix?
13.
You can tell, you can hear some reverb because the reverb bus is here, okay? But mainly I just compressed it, and I like my mix tag to sound clear. So let's hear that again.
Yo, Cole, is that you in the mix?
13.
Okay, then the reverse reverb. This sounds so cool. Let's listen to that again, okay? Because you're probably thinking, whoa, like what the heck? Okay, let's play it. So this is the reverse reverb here. I just kind of placed it on its individual track. The reason why I kind of placed it like this because this is how it was similar in Logic Pro. Not similar exactly like this, but like if you see these tabs here, you can tell, okay, they're on different tracks or channels. And sometimes what I depends. Sometimes what I used to do is just it's just have these, like for example, put this one up here. But it's actually a good thing to actually, in a sense, to actually separate each audio track on the separate playlist. I don't know what I'm trying to say. On the separate tracks, basically. Okay, let's play this reverse reverb.
Yo, Cole, is that you?
Let's solo it. So essentially what I did in Logic Pro 10, if you guys want to see the specific tutorial, let me know in the comments. But essentially what I did the reverse reverb effects, okay? Tutorial coming real soon. So I did the reverse reverb effect, then I slowed it down using like the tape stop effect in Logic Pro. Simple to do. I think in Logic Pro it's actually very easy to do. Okay, so that's how it sounds like then. I think of course you can kind of hear it with some reverb. Here I didn't add anything, I just adjust the volume. I think the volume was already adjusted here, it was kind of low. Anyway, and then when I brought it in here, just the reverb of course is making it have that sound. So without the reverb, of course reverb was applied to the specific track, so that's why it can hear. But let me just play the track again.
Yo, Cole, is that you in the mix?
Wait a minute, this is not even rooted into that bit there. This is rooted there. My bad. But yeah, you can kind of tell that it already sounds decent because of the reverb on it and the what's that thing called? The slowdown effects. Let's play that now. Yeah, I prefer that sound. Okay, so now if we play that, of course, with the vocals.
Yo, Cole, is that you in the mix?
13 plus 2 in the red, that's 50.
Okay, now let's go to the stutters. Stutters are basically panned left to right here, rooted into the stutter bus, and added the delay on the stutters here. So if we play the stutters itself, with just these stutters, let's play it. That. Hear that. Yeah. More here.
My pro. Demon.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of stutters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 stutters in this whole track. That's quite a lot actually. But it works because it's not like it's too overpowering in a sense. So this basically starters left rooted into the left one, starters right rooted into the right one, then into the starter bus. Of course I didn't necessarily need to do specifically this, but it helps just in case. Even though these ones are empty and I just added it here. In Logic Pro that's the way it was like. So that's why I kind of rooted everything the same way. Okay? And then of course, let's play some of the starters again quickly. Disable the reverb. Wow, you can tell that even. So you can tell that this reverb, even though it's so low, you're hearing it still. So let's play it with the reverb now. It's so subtle. And now I can show you the reverb, what's happening on the reverb, okay? So this reverb here, I added the Valhalla vintage verb. In Logic Pro, I kind of did the same thing, but I don't like the way the stock plugin reverb sound in Logic Pro. I mean, you can, there's workarounds, okay? I think I just need to experiment with it more. So anyway, I added this Valhalla vintage verb. I think I synced it up to the tempo here. Anyway, so the mix value is 100% because it's on its own reverb bus here. And then I just did some EQ cut here, 2.06 decay. And essentially all I did is I applied it onto its own bus here, so it's a reverb send. On the vocal bus, I took the channel and routed it here. The mix value is 23% routed into this reverb here, so it sounds like this if you just listen to the whole track itself.
Team is left, 15 subchat 17, that's minus 2 of your fucking guess.
Without it.
Team is left, 15 subchat 17, that's minus 2 of your fucking guess.
You kind of hear how much of a difference it actually adds. You know, just a little bit. And then this is just rooted into the master, so it's not actually rooted into the Vox bus, rerouting into itself again, but just like that. But if you were to add the reverb onto it, like a specific channel or whatnot, you could do the same thing. But also, you can actually just take some of these individual elements and just root it into the reverb there, or you can create multiple reverb types. Okay, so that's essentially the reverb there. Anything else that I've missed out? I'm not too sure. I think I've kind of covered everything. But yeah, so that's the track there. Let's show you now with the beat as a whole. Let's play it from like a section here.
No beef like burgers. Bro, don't blow, then I want to. I don't know for the.
Let me enable the vocal bus now. So now this is how it sounds like.
No beef like burgers. Bro, don't blow, then I want to. I don't know for the one. Use one lines or snap, one lines on a beef. Bro, try knock my teeth and miss. I grab this coat and rip that hand. We're glad they put him in a suit. We're glad they put him in a suit. No cap, try put him in a fucking suit.
Okay, so sometimes you may be asking, okay, Cole, like if I was to record another DAW, how would I go about exporting the stems? Just figure out what DAW, identify the DAW you're using, and then there should be like an export feature where you should be able to export the multi-track like this, okay? And you're probably wondering, why did I opt in to choose to actually recording, why didn't I record in FL Studio to begin with? Mainly because I was at a different studio. I had my Mac Mini, and of course I recorded into Logic Pro, the DAW, and I think recording Logic Pro, it makes sure, in a sense that it ensures that you have a clean, it allows you to have a clean mixing process, if that makes sense, because the way you record in Logic Pro, for example, if you look at here, the lead vocal dubs, everything is kind of cleaned out and laid out. It's clear to see if you actually have a look at it. So that's why I record in Logic Pro. I really recommend if you can use multiple DAWs to even get experience up and whatnot. But essentially, this is the vocal bus. Nothing too crazy. If you guys want to purchase this preset, you can do so. This preset, the exact same preset, I'll include every single one. But of course, it will be on my website, so vocalmultitrack.com/VPL. But of course, you're going to need the exact same plugins here used here, so you guys can also get the exact same preset. So what I'll do is I'll export this project file. You won't get the actual stems, audio track stems, but you can get the presets of the plugin presets itself. And yeah, so and you get the FLP, but not the stems itself. Okay, so this is this track there. I'm gonna play it one more time, and hopefully the main reason why I created this video is because so you can actually look at other people's mixing styles and understand. Okay, cool. So this is what you're doing. What can I learn from you? What things are you doing that I'm not doing, or what things can I also implement on my mixing, and what things am I missing out, or what is the common pattern? Because if you've been watching my videos for some time, you probably understand, okay, cool, Cole does this, he does that, he does this, he does that. Cool, let me try and do this, do that. Okay, and after, of course, you pick up your own style of mixing and mastering. You find your own styles and whatnot. But yeah, that's the main thing. I'm going to play this track one more time now. I'll play it from the beginning as well. And yeah, let's play it.
STG shit, you know.
It's to the dirty.
Haych. Slap that
Yo,
bitch.
Cole, is that you in the mix?
Yeah.
13 plus 2 in the red, that's 15 mention the team is left. 15 subchat 17, that's minus 2 of your fucking guess. I'm and do the maths, even QQ knows I'm right. Even knows I'm right after he dash off money went like cash. STG, we slap that gauge, cut root. Often you know what gone. I just swing my arm, left S in the back of a new plate car. My bro's telling me stop being rude, and I'm telling him that I can't. When I hop on a beat, my beats comes out, that's venom. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh my, oh God, oh why? When Yardie telling me your life is shit, and I said gladly, oh Christ.
Okie dokie, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.